Vision your diastasis as a zipper. Okay, now your zipper is slightly broken. So if I were to now, because I feel like I've got a tummy and I want to fix my zipper, and most people think, well, I'm just going to do loads and loads of sit-ups. You do sit-ups, this is what you're going to be doing to your diastasis, okay? This is not good because this will definitely open it up more, and you could very, very, very most definitely will get an umbilical hernia. Now, what you want to do is you want to do safe exercises, not full-on sit-ups, and on your day-to-day, you need to safeguard this area. So how do we do that? We have a newborn baby, or we have a baby that, you know, is still a baby and waking up through the night, and I'm constantly having to get up from the bed, okay, and go to sleep. So if I am going to sleep, if I do that, it opens up. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to safeguard my zipper, and I'm going to roll to the side. I'm going to lie down and roll again. Okay, that's how I go to bed. And then how we get up, we roll to the side, we use our hands, and we get up. Can you see how the zipper hasn't moved? So that's what we need to do on our day-to-day basis, okay? We need to safeguard this space and not open it up. Now, realistically, the baby has got up at 2, at 3, at 4 o'clock in the morning. You're absolutely shattered. The last thing that you're going to be thinking about is this. So don't panic. We can still connect and think of tucking our tummy in a little bit when you're moving at those hours, okay? It's important that you are engaging your tummy muscles. One of the things that I have found in clinic is that many women, when they get pregnant and they have this beautiful tummy, forget that it belongs to them. They start seeing the tummy as a baby and they stop thinking about it as stomach muscles. Now, it's important that you connect and engage those stomach muscles, even if you have a baby inside. Imagine that you're hugging the baby in and letting go, okay? Because that will keep your nerve connections to your tummy. Take this off, it's my daughter's, it's slightly small. So you need to keep this engaged. I don't mean engaged in all the time, but I mean connected to your brain so that you know that when I say connect with your tummy muscles and you're going to pull them in, you actually know where they are. It's the same idea as the pelvic floor. Many women say, I don't know how to pull up my pelvic floor. Think about it as having the intention and use your hands on your tummy to pull in if you've been postnatal and everything's slightly hanging out. Okay, so that's one of the things that you can do, or two of the things that you can do to help diastasis. One is connect to your tummy muscles, and number two, or number one, which is the most important, is lying down and getting up. Okay, if you're watching TV, if you are breastfeeding your baby, look at your posture. Don't let everything hang out. If you're letting everything hang out, you're putting pressure on these connective tissues. Okay, now how do we test for diastasis? Now, before I fully teach you how you test for diastasis, one of the rules that I give many of my clients is if you end up finding out that you have diastasis, please do not then every night go home and test it out, poke it. Because like the plastic bag, the more you poke it, the more vulnerable it becomes because it's been stretched out. So you don't want to poke it to the point that you get an umbilical hernia. So there is no poking. Rehabilitate for 6 weeks, then test it. And when you test it, it's not poking it, it's a gentle side-to-side sweep to feel where you're at, okay? So, how do we test for diastasis? You're going to you're going to lie down with your knees bent, all right? And I'm not showing my face because the main area that I want you to focus on is this. You're going to relax your shoulders down and you're going to lift your head and shoulders as if you're going to do a sit-up. You're going to grab 3 fingers and you're going to place them facing you. And you're going to walk your hand very gently down, all the way down to your pubic bone. Now, if you have diastasis, diastasis is usually the biggest in the belly button area. So it's a sweep side to side, side to side, side to side, side to side, and then all the way down. It's likely that many of you will only have diastasis at the top and then the belly button. It becomes kind of a tier, okay? If you feel that it feels like a gaping hole, it's not a hole, it's just basically your connective tissue has been really stretched out. If you feel like there is resistance underneath, that means that it's starting to heal. So that there is a ridge, but there is resistance. Now, depending on when you are testing this, will depend very much on what's going on. So if you are testing this when you've just had a baby, it is likely that you will have it and that you will have a hole. That's normal. You've just given birth. So I would recommend that you wait possibly a month or so before you test it to see what's happening with the connective tissue. So after you've had your month, you've enjoyed your baby, you've been aware about how you get down and how you get up, and you're not doing any sit-ups, then you can test if there is a gaping hole. You can rehabilitate it, so don't panic. If there is resistance, things are improving, and I would recommend that again, you continue rehabilitating. Pelvic floor in conjunction with diastasis rehabilitation will really basically activate your core. And I will give you some tips as to what to do in various other videos to rehabilitate diastasis. And the previous video has tips on how to rehabilitate the pelvic floor. So I hope this has been an informative video. This is my passion. This is what I have been doing for over a decade. So please, if you have any questions, if you have any issues, just reach out and I will send you as much information as I can. Okay, bye.